Hello and welcome back to Mr. Caro Plays FM24. Today we're going to look at a FM tool. This tool is called KitBasher. You can download it from FM Scout. So if we go to FM Scout over here, you can download it from there. It's a pretty easy install. It usually needs to be run on administrator for whatever reason, but that nevertheless is very easy to install. If we go over to, they have a Discord, which you can download some sponsors groups, you can download some team lists. There's quite a lot within this Discord. I will put the links in the description below. This is not something I've made. This is just something I've used to make kits. So I will give all the credit in the description below. But yeah, releases, kit packs, tutorials, all that kind of stuff, sponsorship packs, all of that will become important in a second when I show you more about the game itself. Or about the tool itself even. If you go to teams, you can see that import league, import team lists, import teams from CSV, export, all the kind of obvious stuff there, I guess, to help you build your kits. Now, the good thing about this tool is it not only makes the 2D kits, it also makes the 3D kits work in the game. Now, that's probably the most interesting and exciting thing for me, because I've made 2D kits myself in the past, but they never kind of represent on the actual pitch itself, but they do with this tool. Now, if we go to import league, you can see that it's asking for a URL from Wikipedia. You probably saw this when I first loaded up. This league was here. You kind of copy that in there, and then you can paste it in there like so. Now, you can also choose the sponsorship grouping. So you can see, for example, I've got charities, Germany, new group, Bulgaria, no sponsor. Now, if you go over to the Discord page, so the bar is loaded up top here. Let's go back to the internet just for 1 second. You can see that there are some sponsorship packs. Now, if you scroll within that, you will find a Google document which will have all of those listed and make it nice and easy to download. I may even put that in the description as well if I can find it. Now, if we go back to our KitBasher itself, I've already preloaded the CPL, the Canadian Premier League, just because there are minimal teams in this league, which is going to make this demonstration pretty easy to do. But if you choose a bigger league, I think any league works within the world that you can make a configure file for. So any league with ID. Now, if we look at Atletico Aura, for example, you can see there are team ID there. Now, I'm pretty confident if you download one of the CSV files that has been made, it probably contains those. However, if you go into FM itself, you can find those. If you go to preferences, you can get the ID in the top bar, then you can copy it, paste it in here. Now, maybe that's more important if it's one team that you're making a kit for, but it's nevertheless doable within the game itself if you don't want to download CSV files. Now, you can make a whole kit, a whole league even, at once, or you can do an individual team. Now, I'm going to show you the individual team first. We click on there. Sometimes there's an error. If there's an error, say no badge loaded, if that's the case, the only way I've personally found to get over that is just to delete the whole league and start again. Bit annoying, but nevertheless, that's how I've done it. Now, if we look in here, it's saying home and away. If there is a third kit, it will also list that in there. Now, this is if you want to make a manual kit. You can download or you can select a kit template within there. So if we go to our kit template, it's taken a couple of seconds to load. You can show it's any one that you've downloaded. So if it's Adidas Retro, Nike, Under Armour, for example, Ombro, there are so many more you can download. For example, we're going to choose Ombro just for the hell of it, and then we're going to click on Ombro version 1. And then we're not going to choose a sponsor because I haven't got any Canadian sponsors loaded. But if we did, for example, we can choose maybe Bulgaria market, for example, and then we're going to generate that kit. It takes a couple of seconds, then it should, I believe, bring us to the generated kit. Now, I'm not 100% certain if that's going to do that, but we're going to find out in a second. It should load up a file wherever the the folder that you've chosen in your output. Now, it might take a couple of seconds to get there. If you do a whole league at once, obviously it's going to take slightly longer. When we get to that stage, I will skip and then go, to the actual thing itself. There you go. It's loaded up just the home kit there with what the random sponsors that we chose. Quickly load up that here. It's a pretty nice kit, to be fair. The one thing I did like about this tool is that pretty much every kit it does a good job with the sponsors. It does a good job with the Ombro logo. It's got stake in there as well, which is kind of very cool feature in there. Like I said before, it makes the 3D kits, which is also very cool, which is in there. And then obviously if we wanted to make a config, we can just go generate config, and then it will make the configuration as well. Now I'm going to do the whole league out once, and to do that we're just going to go Control A or select all. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate this, but then I'm going to skip to when it's complete, because I believe it's going to take a little while to get there. And hopefully we should have our home and away kits the next time you see with the power of YouTube. Okay, with the power of YouTube, we are back. Now, interestingly, I didn't do the whole league, mainly for time purposes, because I didn't think it was going to add anything. But what we can see in here now, for example, is that not only has it started to create these kits in here, but it's also put the config in here as well. Now, if we go through a couple of the kit options that is chosen, now you can be more specific. The British brand there, for example, and then that one's not the greatest, so you might want to go back in and fix that kit, but the second kit is pretty nice. Then you've got Forge in there, and then that's actually quite close to the kit they actually have. And that one's not the greatest. So you can see that there are some hit and miss ones in here, which is why manual kits are also nice. But you can go in there and do that and add to that as best as you can and make it kind of your own. You can also see some of the sponsors are out, but again, like I say, we didn't use sponsors from the actual league we're in. We just used them at random just for the video purposes. Now, if you've got any questions, leave it in the comments section below and I'll try and help out. I'll direct you to where the help is, Discord if I can, or if not, I'll help in my own way, the best to see fit to that. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Hit that notification button to see when videos are released. Thank you.